Hey everyone, this is Mason Zero from Satisfactory News. Today, Coffee Stain Studios treated us to Update 3.5, the Fluids update. This update comes with a few minor additions to pipes and fluids and some other awesome but small redesigns. So, if you've already unlocked everything in the game, you won't have to do any additional research or milestones, but one item here will have to be purchased in the Awesome Shop. The first thing that everyone's excited about is the Pipeline Mark II. This pipe has a maximum flow rate of 600 as compared to the 300 maximum of normal pipes. However, due to the dev's inability to count higher than 600, there are no plans for Mark III pipes of any kind. These pipes have a slightly different look, but otherwise function the same. The new maximum flow rate means that you can hook up 5 water extractors clocked normally, rather than connecting 3 water extractors with one of them underclocked. It also means we can finally overclock nuclear reactors, since they require 300 water per minute just to run at 100%. Along with the pipes came some accessories. The first is a valve, which attaches to a pipe the same as a pump. It uses no power, but can be used to limit the maximum flow rate of a pipe and to control the flow direction. Once the valve is on, there will be no backflow in the pipe from that point on. Along with the new pipes comes the new Pipeline Pump Mark II. This has a maximum head lift of 50 meters, whereas the Mark I had a max of 20 meters. This is a pretty big upgrade, but the new feature that comes with the pipeline pumps is just as useful. Now when you try to place a Mark I or a Mark II pump on a pipe, you'll see a blue outline that indicates how far along the pipe this pump will be effective. Players were already using walls to measure this, but this indicator will make things much easier. To help avoid clipping, you can also rotate pumps now after placing them, which is going to be awesome for the more particular players among us. The last part of the fluids aspect of the update is the packager, a new building intended to replace the packing and unpacking features of refineries. New refineries you build won't have any packaging options, but existing ones will retain their current recipe. Packagers are much smaller than refineries and switch up the arrangement of inputs and outputs. Rather than being side by side like most buildings, they're on top of each other, which works well with the size difference. To package fluids, simply send in your fluid and your packages and create a belt for the output. Unpacking works the same, just use pipes to get rid of the excess liquid and belts to get rid of the excess containers. This is going to be an awesome new building for anyone who has a lot of fluid packing in their world. And speaking of refineries, they also got a snazzy new look. Ladders are now in the game, so there's no reason to use stackable conveyor poles or storage containers to climb now. Ladders do need to be purchased in the Awesome Shop and show up under the Organization tab just like fences. Ladders are not stuck to a fixed height, and you can click and drag up or down to extend them to a certain distance. On top of that, it's now much easier to grab onto ladders while falling. Next, we have new and improved jump pads. Now there's just one jump pad, which can be angled as you place it. The best part about this update is the reduction in engineer death that will result from using these new designs. Now, when placing jump pads, there will be visual feedback of your launch trajectory. Even better, you will also see the trajectory show up for other jump pads, so you can very easily place a second pad in the correct spot without dying. You can adjust the angle with your scroll wheel, but holding down the control key while adjusting will unlock even finer tuning. Lastly, power poles can now be placed on ceilings, and when you're placing a power pole, the build gun hologram will automatically switch between a regular power pole, a wall power pole, or a ceiling mounted wall power pole, depending on what you're aiming at. Well, that's all for our rundown of the Fluids update. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll definitely be doing some more guides on this update, and we'll be looking out for news on Update 4, which is set to come out in early 2021. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.